Greetings, mortals. Jared Petty here with IGN. I'm joined by
Tate Phoebe.
And today we're looking at Hearthstone, Curse of Naxxramas, and specifically at the heroic boss battles. This first one here is with whom?
This is with Noth the Plaguebringer.
So these heroic battles, and we can go ahead and hop in there. These heroic battles are a bit on the maybe unfair side?
Yeah, the bosses are a little stacked against you, so sometimes you have to use somewhat of an unconventional deck to kind of get through some of their tricks.
And it's talking about the unconventional deck that you've constructed for this match. Tell me a little bit about it here.
Yeah, this is actually one of the exceptions. This is a fairly conventional freeze mage deck.
Okay.
And we're using it because what you'll see is his ability is every time a minion on your side of the board dies, he summons a 5/5.
Okay.
So minion-heavy decks don't work too well.
All right. So instead, your strategy is going to be what?
It's to delay the game as long as possible, and we actually got pretty lucky there. We drew our Naxxramas right away. That's the key of this deck, is to kind of stall the game until you get Naxxramas, set him to 15, and finish him off with spells.
Okay, just very, very quickly. All right. In the meantime, we're going to slow things down. So you're slowing things, and then going for a very quick victory when you reach the end, right?
Yep. There's several cards in this deck. There's 2 Frost Novas to freeze all the minions in place. There's 2 Cone of Colds, which will help freeze. There's Doomsayers, which combo really well with both of those to kind of reset the board. Flame Strike's another AoE rerun. Blizzard's another AoE. A lot of area of effect damage to kind of reset the board.
Now let's talk about your opponent. Your strategy against him is to delay the game and make a final quick sweep at the end with that single card. How's he going to act towards you? What can you expect from the boss here?
Yeah, what you can expect is a lot of the new cards, and he's pretty secret focused. So this Mad Scientist is a new card where it takes a secret from his deck into the battlefield. The Unstable Ghoul is a brand new minion. Taunt 1/3 deals 1 damage to all minions. He's going to pretty much put out a bunch of new minions, put out a bunch of secrets, and try to overwhelm you by killing your minions and getting these free 5/5s.
Now, since you don't have that many minions, some of those abilities that he has that are focused on that are negated by your deck design. What about these secrets? What kind of secrets can we expect? Obviously, there's Counterspell you're going to need to watch out for, but what else?
Yeah, he runs most of the mage secrets, so you'll see Counterspell, you'll see Duplicate, which is a new mage secret that gives him 2 copies of a minion you kill.
Okay.
Which might go off right now. You'll also see an Ice Block, which can be pretty frustrating when you're trying to finish him in a single blow.
Mm-hmm. Now, you see that he's already starting to dominate the field of battle right there. What are you going to use to slow him down?
Yeah, Cone of Cold, there's 3 minions on the board, so it's actually a great way to kind of stop all 3 from moving forward and doing damage.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't seem to have any aversion at all to just throwing more and more creatures on the board. He's fairly aggressive then in the AI?
Yes.
Okay.
He will unload as much as possible on the board.
Okay, and even if you have a minion out on the table, you were mentioning earlier in the discussion we had that he tends to throw guys at you instead of the minion a lot of the time. That he'll just go straight for you and kind of bum rush. Is that correct?
Yeah, the boss's AI seem to be catered towards rushing you down.
Okay, so what are you thinking about doing here? What do you notice he's got 2 secrets ready. What could those be?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about Counterspell in this situation because a lot of our cards that we could play right now are pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to set up for a board wipe with Frost Nova and Doomsayer, but it's possible that we won't be able to accomplish that. So I'm actually going to play the Loot Hoarder to keep our card draw going.
Okay.
And I'm going to use one of my Ice Lances to just mitigate this 5 damage.
Okay.
What that told us is that these are not Counterspell.
All right.
So that keeps our play in place.
All right. So next time around, you're still going to be able to do it. You expended a card, but now you gain some intelligence in the process. You know that he doesn't have a Counterspell, and now he's got 5 guys out there. So as long as we don't see it, and no new secrets pop, so he should be vulnerable to the combo. Now there was last time I saw you try this, there was one card in his deck that proved startlingly effective at preventing the combo. What was that? Do you remember?
I believe it was. Well, it doesn't prevent it, but
yeah, or negating the effect, I guess.
Counterspell. If he counterspells the Frost Nova, it kind of stops you in your tracks.
Right, okay, so that's what you're hoping it gets. What about the unique skeleton-based card he has you were showing me last game?
Oh, yeah. So his only way to deal with this Doomsayer is to put out a card that destroys all non-skeletal minions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the one he used to screw you over last time. That was what I was thinking of. Oh, and there's Duplicate, so it pops out. All right, so the board's clear. Your life's at just over half, just under half now. And here come a couple of big bruisers. So what are you up to now?
Yep. So we pretty much have the pieces in place that we need. We have the Naxxramas. We have 2 ice blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So right now what we want to do is just delay the game. Okay, so there's one counterspell gone, which got their first one. It's not a huge deal. But we are just going to continue to delay. Pyroblast is actually a great draw.
Okay.
So we'll stop some damage here. And it's possible that last secret is his ice block, which would be pretty devastating.
Mm-hmm. I guess there's no way to find out but to give it a shot.
Yeah, so right now we're actually going to Flame Strike to kind of clear his board.
Mm-hmm. Use an old favorite there.
All right. And go ahead and what do we got here?
Taking a look. Got a Frostbolt.
Yep. Just going to mitigate that
delay
damage.
things a little longer. And he's still sitting there at about 40 life, so you're hoping for a quick turnaround on this.
Yep.
All right. And he's flooding that board with more. He doesn't seem to have any difficulty drawing cards.
No, he does not.
A lot of folks there. All right.
All right, so what we're actually going to do here is Blizzard to get our ice block in place.
Okay.
So we're hoping to be able to play Naxxramas next turn.
Okay.
And then, oh, did he get a counterspell? That's devastating.
All right, so we may be looking at the end of the game here. Let's see. Can we survive?
There's a possible out, but
right.
It's going to be a challenge.
What would the out be?
The out would be if he can't deal 7 damage next turn, which now he can. So we're actually going to have a bit of difficulty here.
All right.
We will abuse one of the mechanics. So this card destroys the minions next to it. So we're going to use this, which will actually clear the board, because it'll when this dies, it'll do the final damage to that guy.
All right.
A Ice Barrier is actually a draw that would be very beneficial to us at this point.
Okay, so we're hoping for an Ice Barrier, which might still be an out. Try that out, do what we can, see what comes popping out there.
Yep, so we're putting out minions that'll help us draw the cards we need.
Right. I'm just hoping we get what we need there. A good card economy is, oh, looky there. And suddenly there's 4 more on the board. So he has no trouble drawing creatures at all. Going to cold.
Yeah, the trick is we don't have a good way to keep the board clean for our Naxxramas.
So you going to go for card drawing or see what you can get here?
Yep, we're going to draw a card. That Ice Barrier is actually a really excellent draw for us.
Okay. How does that change the game for us?
It's effectively 8 more health.
Right. So throwing that out, and suddenly life, the universe, and everything get a little warmer. Cone of Cold paralyzes his attack.
Yep, this probably doesn't matter that much. Keep our minion alive.
Okay. Do that. Destroys the minion, draws another card with Mortal Coil. Did draw a Frost Nova.
Oh.
And board is just crammed with creatures.
Yes, so we got our extra health. So at this point, we're really hoping to get into a situation where we can kind of stall the game and get... So we'll play another Ice Barrier and a Frost Nova to prevent more damage.
Okay.
We're looking for a single turn where we can play Naxxramas kind of clean.
Okay. What do you think might set that up?
Let's actually count his damage. So we effectively have 14 plus 8, 22 health. How much does he have on the board? Much more than that.
Okay, so you got to get ahead of that to get the clean turn.
Yes, we do.
All right.
So we are going to
Take a look at Blizzard here.
And just delay, delay, delay.
All right. Drop Blizzard, do some damage, delay the game. Yep, more skeletons.
Okay. So it's actually looking a little bit better now. We have saved some health. We're going to be able to clear the board fully right now.
Okay.
Which this should set us up for an Naxxramas play next turn.
Now you finally managed to gain card advantage that's sustained.
Yes.
Yeah, there. Got a little bit ahead of him. Last.
Now what might be difficult is if this last card is Ice Block, that might prove to be a little bit of a challenge for us.
Right.
But the hard part's done. We've set him to 15. We have an 8/8 body on the board. We actually do have 15 damage in our hand, so we just need to survive 2 more turns.
And we can make it work. Your Ice Barrier comes back to life. He punches, he punches. You're sitting there at effectively 17. You're right at the end of your deck.
Yep, 1 card left, so let's see. We have to do 15 damage. He actually only has 2 cards left, which we can take advantage of by making him draw cards.
Okay.
So we are going to...
Planning on drawing to death?
We're actually going to kill this, which will force him to draw 1 card. We're going to freeze... Well, let's see. Our choice now is to either go for the kill, we have 17 health, or to kind of control the board a little longer. I think we're actually going to go for the kill here.
All right. So try to blast him away instead of decking him. Okay.
Yep. So we set him at 5. We do have a fireball in hand, so even if he has an ice block, I think we're still pretty good.
All right. Now you're fatigued.
Okay. So
cards. And going for the kill.
Oh. We actually, if that is... Yep, he will die next turn. If this is... He'll either die now or he'll die next turn.
Let's find out. Secret.
It is Ice Block.
It is Ice Block, just like you suspected.
Yep, so what's going to happen here is he is going to draw his last card, which will fatigue him, and there we go.
And he will serve the Master of Death. Very well done, Tate.
Thank
you.
So
a long, kind of drawn-out match there, like you said. The key to the whole thing is to delay, wear him down. What would you say were your keys to victory in that match?
Yeah, I'd say the key on that one is that we weren't too greedy with our AoE removal. There were several turns where he had a full board, and we chose to just freeze the board, leave it as is. That prevents him from playing more minions, gives you just an extra turn to draw what you need. And eventually the cards came, he ran out, and we were able to pull it off.
So ultimately a victory of patience. Well, Tate, thanks very much for that. Folks, we have more Hearthstone Heroes Warcraft strategy videos going up soon. We appreciate you watching. Please leave us some comments. Let us know what you thought. Give us some advice. Tell us what you think of the game. And for all your Hearthstone needs, please keep it locked to IGN. Thanks, Tate.
Yep.